Allow me to present the smoked steak burger. I really appreciate you guys stopping by Ballistic Barbecue today. We are making the smoked steak burger, and it basically consists of ground steak, ground bacon, and 2 killer sauces. And we are going to start off with one of those sauces now. Actually, it's kind of more of a reduction, or even you could call it a jam, but it's going to be a red wine, beef broth, onion jam. Let's get going. So in the skillet, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil. I have here one half of a sweet onion. It's been chopped. And basically what I'm going to do here is just continuously stir them until they caramelize. They're going to kind of develop a nice golden color and become, translucent. That's when all the sugars are coming out. It's going to taste really good. And this is what we're looking for right there. So to the onions, I'm going to add 3/4 cup of unsalted beef broth, 3/4 cup of red wine, and I'm using a Cabernet Sauvignon here. I have here about 1/2 teaspoon of raw sugar. You can use any type of sugar you want. And here I have, this sounds strange, but a tablespoon of an Italian dressing. It's a vinaigrette, but it's got a lot of herbs and everything. It also has a little vinegar in it, so it'll give it a little bit of acid. Stir that in. Now what I'm going to do is bring this up to a boil, and I'm going to reduce it down to, kind of a glazed consistency. While that's happening, we're going to move on to a really nice horseradish sauce. So in the bowl, we're going to add 1/2 cup of horseradish, 1/4 cup sour cream, 1/4 cup mayo, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. If you're a Brit, Worcester sauce, put that in there. Pinch of salt, a little black pepper. We may add a little bit more of the salt and pepper. We're going to do that to taste. Get this mixed up. All right, let's give this a try. That's good. I'm going to set this in the fridge, and we are going to make a humongous patty. All right, here's the meat I'm going to use today. This is a 50-50 combination of ground ribeye and ground New York strip. This is going to be insane. Now, I'm using I use these ring forms a lot of times for making just that kind of perfect looking hamburger. This is a lot thicker than I would normally use, and I'm actually kind of going for that like filet mignon kind of look here. Just get this loaded up. So I'm probably going to go a little more than halfway up this giant ring here. The key is you want to pack it hard enough to where it's not going to crumble, but you don't want to pack it up too tight. Like, you don't want to mash the meat together, or else that's where you'll get the swelling as it cooks. You want the inside to be kind of, I guess, porous. You want channels for steam and juices to escape. And again, guys, you don't have to grind a steak to do this. That's an indulgence for me, and it makes an unbelievable burger. It's not a waste. I know a lot of people think it is, but it's not. There is a definite difference. But if you could do something like this, just use a good, 80-20 chuck, and you'll have a great burger. Just make sure you don't skimp out on the fat. I mean, it's a hamburger. Fat is flavor. Okay, let's see what we've created here. That is a robust burger. That's nice. Now let's get this thing on record. All right, so it's almost 11 ounces, and let me see, for those of you in Europe, 310 grams. That's a big burger. All right, I'm going to put this in the fridge now. I want to keep it cold. It's not going to take very long to come up to the temperature I want in the pit. Keeping it cold will keep it together and also allow it to take on a little bit more smoke. Right now I have the Lone Star Grillz offset vertical preheated, so I'll meet you guys outside. We'll start smoking this bad boy. I'm running the pit at right around 220, 225, and we're burning hickory wood. Let's get this thing on. So I'm going to be cooking it on the second grate up from the bottom, and I have one of those mats on there, a barbecue mat, so the burger doesn't fuse itself to that grate, which is very important because we're cooking again low and slow here, and this is a soft piece of meat. It's not a brisket. Put a little bit of salt, grind a little pepper. Now very carefully get this onto the grill grate here. More salt here. Some more pepper. And there we go. I will be inserting a temperature probe in here. I want to monitor the temp. And basically I'm going to put it right through the side, straight into the center of the meat. And I'll be pulling this at 120 degrees. Then we'll get it on the sear. And I'm looking for that, that medium rare kind of doneness. See you guys at 120 degrees. Okay, this burger patty has been on the smoke for 50 minutes and we just hit 120. Again, it's thick. A thinner patty wouldn't have taken as long, obviously. Let's check it out. So this looks really good. It's got a gorgeous, that kind of mahogany reddish color. What I'm going to do now is completely open the damper on the firebox, and I know that the griddle underneath this cover here is already pretty darn hot. And we'll start searing this thing off, and I have a surprise for you with some bacon. Let's get going with that. Okay, this cook's not going to take very long. I have beautiful brioche buns here, buttered. Let's get these toasted up. Look at that, gorgeous. Pull these off. This is 4 ounces of ground bacon, and I ran this through my meat grinder with that large die. Hold it a good 10 seconds or longer. I'll take that burger patty, lay this on for a nice sear. All right, piece of cheddar cheese. Piece of Gouda. All right, let's build this burger. All right, first thing we're going to do is lay down just a little veg, little green leaf lettuce, 2 very thinly sliced pieces of tomato, that big old smoked steak burger, that seared bacon patty. Throw down some of these gorgeous jam. We'll counter that with some of this horseradish sauce. Crown this beauty. It looks awesome. It smells incredible. Let's give this a try. There we go. It's a nice medium. That's what I was aiming for. Let's give this a try. So look at that. Layers and layers of flavor right there. So yeah, I'll call this a success. I was going for that, again, that kind of simple yet elevated, elegant hamburger. I've had a lot of requests for this type of burger, so that's why I did it. And I think I hit the note there. The first thing you get is that strong, beefy, smoky flavor. It's not over smoked, perfect amount of smoke. The bacon kicks in, and this onion jam is insane. I mean, it's got a slight sweetness and yet a lot of, that kind of beef bourguignon, kind of a wine and beefy flavor coming through. Really kicks this up to another level. Then that horseradish sauce kind of is a nice complement to that. It kind of adds a little bit of heat. It's good, really, really good. And it's healthy too because there's tomato on here and some lettuce. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by, and keep those requests coming in. This was actually kind of born, well, it wasn't kind of, it was born from some suggestions I got, some requests, people wanting to see a basic and yet elegant hamburger. And honestly, I mean, this thing looks pretty out there, but it's really a basic burger, and it's a very easy burger to make. So I thank you guys for the suggestions. Trying to build a sub count, so hit that sub button if you haven't. See you in the next video. Cheers.